Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls 2 PvP and another weapon showcase. This time I am using the Black Scorpion Stinger, which is a rapier that I personally have always kind of overlooked. I never really considered it to be that great, I never really looked into it that much, to be honest. And after using this thing and looking into it a bit more, I've found out that this is a really good weapon that we honestly don't see very often. Everyone's always using the longer rapiers because they're so much better and this, that, and the other thing, but this weapon really has some good things about it. So getting started, the Black Scorpion Stinger, it requires 10 strength and 18 dexterity in order to wield. It has no scaling, and that's a very good thing. Especially considering its requirements are low. I mean, there are some weapons that require pretty high levels and have no scaling. This one is manageable. The physical base damage of this weapon is 300. The poison base is 100. The poison total for me is 177. The attack rating for me, with a Ring of Blades and Flynn's Ring, because on this build I do use both, is 400 of course, because they each give 50. The counter strength is 100, the poise damage is 10 per hit, and the weight is 2 units. Now, this weapon, I would say the biggest pro is without a doubt how low the requirements are, and the fact it has no scaling. All of this weapon's damage comes from its base damage, so that means a few really good things. One, Vitality Gouge builds will love this thing. It's fantastic. Being able to have over 400 attack rating relatively easily, yeah, that's something good. And the reason I say over is because most likely, without a doubt, they'll be using a raw infusion of this weapon. The raw infused one has a physical base damage of 345, so with your Ring of Blades and Flynn's, you will have a physical base damage of 445. So yeah, it's kind of hard to go wrong with that for such a low stat investment. The poison base when infused with raw, that goes up to 115, but your scaling also drops off at that point to it, so, it sort of balances out, honestly. I think you end up a little bit behind in poison. I didn't actually check what the poison total went to when infused with raw infusion, so there's that. Now, if you are going for the poison infusion, because this weapon does have poison, you might as well give it a shot, right? The physical base damage, it only drops down a few points. A few bits. It doesn't drop down much, is what I'm getting at. It drops down from 300 to 287. 287. So that's not very much at all. And in exchange, the poison base goes from 100 to 143. Again, I didn't check the poison scaling. I don't think it would change for this because that doesn't make sense that it would. But if I'm wrong, please let me know. So, other pros I could mention and should mention, other than the low stat requirements and all of that, the other pros I would definitely say would include the moveset, because it's a rapier. But unlike most rapiers, your R2s, when one-handed, actually do something. That's a good thing in my opinion. I like that about the weapon. And if you really want to do some parries with it, just two-hand it and press L2. Other than that though, it's relatively straightforward. It's literally straightforward. You can't do anything other than poke. So, that's a good thing and a bad thing. Depends on your point of view. Now the cons, I would say the biggest con of this weapon would either be the poise damage or the fact that its counter strength is only 100. That's not really great at all, but it works out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and I will see you all next time.